be here again. So we're just going to go into the introduction. Yes, we're just going to start. Hello, everyone. And it's good to see you all again. Despite the fact that I can't see you physically, but I'm so happy to see you all in online. Yes, it's so awesome how you feel you're actually with those people. It's amazing how you feel that, oh, Ivory Coast, wow, awesome, thank you, awesome, thank you. We do this every Saturday at 7:30. We just come here to discuss issues of life. We use different people as our case study, or sometimes we come up with different topics and, we just stop on it. So without wasting time, my name is Abisola Oshoteku. If you're joining us for the first time, I welcome you to every little thing that makes a difference. As I said earlier, we just come here to discuss issues of life. We learn every day. And, that is what we call life anyway. Yeah. We cannot stop learning. We learn every day. And last week, I don't even want to say, I wouldn't say maybe we started a wonderful topic, but we started a topic that is so uncomfortable to talk about it. But it's very obvious that there is a need, a huge need for us to talk about it, and it's domestic violence. And we understand that domestic violence doesn't just a woman that experiences it, men also do experience it. So sis, please introduce yourself. I know you did last week, and every week you will be doing this because there's new people joining us. Please do. It's so important because, the reason why this is delayed for over a year is because I don't just want to bring somebody who we say, we want equality, and it's so key for people who is listening to you to know the value of what we are getting tonight.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, my sister, my friend, and thank you everyone listening and those who will listen later. My name is Nikky Bolarinwa, and I live in Canada. I am always very passionate talking about the issues of domestic violence. Anything marriage gets me, very interested. I like it. And from personal experience, I can share from that area, and also from professional experience. So my background is in social work. I've been practicing in the field of social work for over 15 years. I started off in Europe. I was trained in Europe and did about, I can't remember how many years I did in Ireland. You would know.
About 6 or 7 years, yes.
Yeah, I practiced there and then moved on to Canada. And it was in Canada that I picked up more interest, to be honest. And that's why we need to talk about this thing.
Yes.
In those days, working in Ireland, I didn't know anything called domestic violence.
Wow.
It was here in Canada that I started to pick interest because my body, when I started work here, that was an area of specialization. And then I took on over from her. I worked with people who are experiencing domestic violence in child protection. And then by the grace of God, I was able to take a specialized role within my organization that involved working with the court. So sitting down with the Crown prosecutor, police officers, victim services, probation. We meet then, not now. Then we will meet once a week, make decision about cases. And apart from that, I've had the privilege of teaching domestic violence in social work here, school in the university here to the social work student before COVID, and also in a conference where I was representing my department in a conference for police and probation officers. So it's an area that gets me wow. I love talking about it because I love to see positive changes in
That's
people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That was awesome. Thank you so much. You see, guys, you know, see what we're getting. Oh, I just want to acknowledge a lot of people. Thank you, Lady T. We missed you last week. Thank you, Lady T, for joining us. Thank you, Uncle Sunday, from joining us all the way from Nigeria. Thank you,
Wow.
Oluwaseyi Fumi. I love that name. Thank you for joining us, Oluwaseyi Fumi. We have a couple of people there. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Oyindamola, for joining us. Thank you. Oh, I think this is Ben Jimmy. I think this is Brother Jimmy. If that's you, can you say yes? I think that is Brother Jimmy from Canada. You know, Brother Jimmy I'm talking about. Yeah,
Oh, okay, Brother
yeah,
Jimmy
I think
Dada.
so. I think so. If
Yeah.
that is you, please do say yes. This, yes. Yeah. So, you know, so it's so huge tonight. Last week was awesome, awesome. The video is almost 200 views. It's amazing. You know, when we discuss things like this, if it's not something just chit chats, people don't really pay attention. And we can see how people are, you know, showing interest. Everybody wants to learn. I always say to people, no, if you are talking about domestic violence, not because you experience it or whatever, it's just as my sister say, it's because we want a change. We want a change. Apart from being a personal experience, work experience, as we mentioned last week, but we want a change. So disclaimer, what we are doing, we do not aim at anyone to condemn anybody, but we all want to get better in our relationship. And as we mentioned last week, sometimes even the abusers don't even know they are abusing people, you know, that they are abuser themselves. They don't even know. And even sometimes the victim don't even know themselves. They just think that's the way it is. Okay, so we just dive in straight now. Sis, last week I cannot stop thinking about different kinds of abuse that you mentioned to us last week. And I don't thinking of it, especially when you get to the spiritual aspect of it, that was, I know people use scriptures to, you know, manipulate and all that, but the way we went about it was kind of like, wow, you know. But tonight, I want to ask you, since we mentioned spiritual, can culture contribute to domestic violence as well, to an abuse, or whichever way we're going to put it? Can culture, because let me quickly add, the lady Ochinachi, which I know everyone here would have heard of her case, I'm sure it's not about religion alone. Culture must have contributed to her silence, her beliefs, stigmas, and all that. So can culture be, you
Sure.
know, contribute? Okay.
Yeah. Culture can, plays a big role in domestic violence. And I just want to start with a quote. I really love this quote, and it's by Maya Angelou. She says that do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. I'll read it again. Do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. Many of us don't know a lot. And when we know better, we need to do better. So that's the purpose of this conversation we are having today. And I like that question which you asked about the cultural piece. Yes, culture do play a big role in this, in the issues of domestic violence. Not only Africans, like I said last week, I work with diverse kind of people, and you see that people from all walks of life do experience domestic violence. One of the major things that I see as cultural is that, there are some beliefs that, women, when we call it in social work, gender role, when we believe that certain gender have to play a particular role.
Okay,
and there is unnecessary demand on them, unrealistic expectation placed on the individual. So some of it is that women are the home builder, men are the breadwinner. Okay, and then also like some culture believe, oh, we don't leave husband house, so in our family we don't leave. You die there when you're almost being killed.
Yes,
you know?
Even your parents warned you.
Yeah, you don't leave, or they believing that you are in the marriage, you have to just endure, and endurance is good, okay, but not when somebody is willingly inflicting pain on you. That is abuse. Endurance that I understand of marriage is maybe there's a family issue that you are enduring together, financial challenges, maybe there is health challenges, and those are things that comes with marriage. But when somebody out of their bad behavior, they are causing another person pain, it is no longer acceptable. So culture do play a big role. I'll give you an example. I like giving example, So for example, I am an African, so I can speak of African culture, but it's not only limited to Africans, because I see it with the Caucasians here. I see it with people from Pakistan, from all over the world. And that is that gender role where you believe. So pardon me, I am not saying only women do experience abuse, but research shows that it is women that experiences the most. Okay, so that's why I'm going to be using example of a woman. So a woman and the husband, especially we that are living in the Western world, go to work together, and then they both come back home. Some cases the husband even comes before the wife, and what does the man does? He just sit down and he's watching TV because there is an expectation that the wife is coming, she's going to cook. The wife cooks. As she's cooking, she's the one responsible for taking care of the babies, if there are babies. And the man, you serve the man like a king because he's the breadwinner, and you bring, those things, you are putting unnecessary pressure on the woman. So that is an abuse, because you are not taking, so I'll dial back again. In Africa, if you want to take that culture, I want to take us back to our forefathers that did that type of family life. Those times, men go to the farm and the wives stay at home. Those are the times that they do that. And in those days, there are often helpers around for the women. Like in-laws, like uncles and cousins, they are helping. So the work is not left alone. But here in the Western world, we bring the culture from Africa and start playing it as it is again here, which is not good. And so oftentimes you see women, they are just drained. Their health is failing because there is no break. Okay. There is no break. Saturday, when they are supposed to rest, they are cooking, cleaning the house. And some men are just sitting down and enjoying their life. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it. I will flip it again. Also, the gender role thing. Some men, we do all of the work, go bring all the money, and the woman say, I'm just the wife, so the man just has to spend all his money, and the wife keeps the money with them. Even I've had cases where maybe the husband is having some financial challenges and asks them, maybe they have to pay for bills, and the wife will write it down. I borrowed you. When are you going to pay? So they are not, yes, I've had cases like that I borrowed you money to pay the school fees of the kids. So the major thing is we cannot take everything from the culture. We got to take the good from our culture and continue. The one that, because our parents, they did not take everything their forefathers gave them. They took what was relevant. And my parents, when I was growing up, they always say this in general, academically, in everything, that we wish you are better than us. This is our prayer. So no parents want you to be the same like them. You got to be better than your parents. If your parents are always fighting, you get into a marriage, you don't want to continue to fight your wife. You want to do better. So people talking about culture, we cannot take everything from the culture. What I'm trying to say is that take the best. In the home, there should be division of labor. Whereby you both share the responsibility. There should be empathy for one another. Your wife comes back home from work and she's tired. Oh, my dear, just go and rest. I know of somebody who say, okay, no, my wife is tired. Everybody, we are drinking Gary now, today. You know, that is love. You need to show love to your wife. You should show appreciation to your husband for what he's doing. So in culture, there's that tendency when there is gender role that we take each other for granted. Okay, and so it can lead to abuse. And I want to reintegrate it again. It's not only African culture, it's with other cultures too.
That's
where there's that belief that these people should do this and that one gender is superior than the other. And most cases, I know research shows it, and we know in real life that in like African culture, a little bit of it believe that men are kind of superior. You got to treat them like king and things like that. So that sometimes get them carried away. And then too much expectation can be put on the wife and not be respected, and vice versa, like I explained about the role of breadwinner. Life has changed.
Yes.
There is, in most cases, both women and the husband, they are working. And even, can I put a little clause there? Even in cases where women are housewives here, I think they should be appreciated.
That's right.
Because when you are working at home, when you are a housewife, I've never had the opportunity of being an housewife, but whenever I'm on maternity leave, I believe I'm like a housewife. It is a lot of work. There is no break. There is no break. So by the time my baby is like 6 or 7 months, I am done. I want to go back to work. Because at work, I have break, I have coffee break, I have lunch, I have downtime driving to work, downtime driving home. So, you know, you feel good, you're having adult conversations, and you're mentally well. But a woman that is home all day, taking care of the house, and you come back, the kid, she's clean all the house, the husband comes, and the house, oh, what have you been doing all day? Da, 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 da. And you start berating her. They need to be appreciated, because if she's not staying at home with those kids, I know in Canada, I don't know about you in UK, the amount of money you're going to pay for childcare.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. It starts from like $1,000. So if you have 3 kids, that is $3,000 a month. Maybe that's your salary. So we need, what I'm trying to say is we need to appreciate one another. We shouldn't say one gender is better than the other. If we are picking from the Bible, Jesus wants us to be servant leaders, that we should not look down on any other party. So, and also that comes into how we raise our children.
Yes.
It's so important that we change the way we raise our children. We want to raise them equally. Your boys should know how to cook. Your boys should know how to wash the washroom and clean, for, you know, do the laundry, share those, because that gender role is in the past. So we cannot set our children up for failure. We need to start setting them up for success right now. So I want to say, so the bottom line I'm saying to your question is, it's true, culture do contribute to it, but what am I saying is that you now know you can do better. Take the best out of your culture, do it. And what is not good from your culture, don't do it. My dad used to say to my brothers that the way you treat your wife is how you will find out. If you use her anyhow, you will be the one that will.
That's right.
And you, a wife too, the way you treat your husband, if you use him anyhow, and you just want him to walk, no rest. Oh yeah, daddy, go. You get him coffee, go and do more work. And he shouldn't rest. You won't enjoy each other. Yeah, so we need to appreciate and love one another. So that's what I have to say on that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. There is a lot of comments, you know, going for, I'm sorry if I can't pick your comments, but I think I have one right in front of me here. Just wondering what of situation, I can't see that properly. Sorry, can I see from this? I can't see. I'm trying to read that out. Okay. Just wondering what of situation where the husband tells the wife to rest and the wife misconstrued the gesture as controlling.
Okay. So
do you get the question?
Yes. So the husband tells the wife go rest, and the wife thinks the man is controlling. I think what is going on in two ways. So maybe the approach with which the man says it. You go and sit down. Your joko, that's my language. Go sit down. That does not show communicate care. And then if you tell her to go and sit down, this is another question. Is that work still going to wait for her? Because this is the mentality of what's going on in the brain of that woman. That you say I should go and sit down. And the work is piling up, and I'm going to work tomorrow. I better just do everything right now. So when you tell her to sit down, are you going to help?
That's right.
That's it. And then to the woman, so I'm going to, I like flipping it. To the woman too, sometimes women have this mentality of that superwoman.
Yes.
I got to do it. And that is where you know better now. You got to drop that superwoman mentality. Be a real woman.
Yes.
Listen to your body. I'm learning that now.
I'm learning that, and I'm learning it good.
Yes. Listen to my body to rest. Yes. So, and then if the woman is saying it feels being controlled, I think don't go into argument at that point. When another time before she gets tired, you can call her, my dear. Whenever you are tired, I am worried for you. I love you. I want you to be there for me. I want us to, the way you say it. So when I'm saying that you should rest, it's because I care. Is there anything I can do to help? So when she's doing that work, my dear, oh yeah, come and sit down. What can I do to help? Can I do this while you rest? I think most sane women will respond. But if you're saying, come and sit down, and the work is still waiting there for her, she will not.
Wow. I actually love that angle. Thank you, Kate, for joining us. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mrs. Adelugba, for joining us. I appreciate you. I have to comment on what you just mentioned earlier. Sometimes we, even as a wife, I remember, I will talk from my own experience now. I remember those days. I just believe, just do everything. Every Saturday, I work Monday to Friday then. Monday to Friday, I still work Monday to Friday now anyway, and do a little bit of extra. You know, I work from 8 o'clock to 6:30. And it's Monday to Friday. I do that because I'm working for myself. And on Saturday that I'm at home, I will cook all kinds of meals.
Yeah, we do.
We do it. You remember?
Yes.
I will cook all kinds of meal. I will cook vegetable, fried rice, jollof fry, whatever, and stock it up in the fridge. And I was doing that, and my body, I knew I was overworking my body. My body is telling me, and I kept going. And sometimes I must mention this, even when my husband step in and say, I just believe it's my role.
Yeah,
and
that's the
say,
role of
and I
culture.
said, oh, yes. And I just believe it's my role to do it. And what you said, he always said that, oh, go and rest, go and rest. I say, if I leave it now, who will do it? And he will say to me, it's our house. If it's dirty, anybody that do not like it should go back. If I'm tired, if I cannot do it, if we can do it together, we can do it together. And sometimes because we cannot look away, now I'm learning that in a very hard way. I will tell my body, even when I feel like, let me do it, I will tell my body, you need that rest.
Yes, yes.
Because I knew what I've went through, you know, in the past. And we are not, of course, to the glory of God, your face might be deceiving you, but we are not, as much as we don't want to say growing older, but your body is telling you, and and I like that we have men here. That is awesome. Sometimes it's not even sometimes, I've seen people, saying to my husband, hey, you'll be the one to do this. You'll be the one to help. You'll be the one to cook. And you will actually say to them and say, so it's my house. What is wrong in me doing certain things? So it's not a house, it's our house. So, and of course, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I just like that angle of him, correcting people. Some people don't mind their business. Some people will just let you remember that you're a man, you don't do some certain things. And I think that is where the problem is, so that's amazing. Let's move on. There's a lot of comments.
Yeah. Can I just make a comment there?
Yes.
Even for people, the people in the society that makes those comments, some will say, oh, the wife has put juju in the food for the man. It's ignorance. It's ignorance. We need and I'm referring to culture. I remember seeing my dad helping my mom make amala, big amala. When I was writing the tribute for my dad's death, that's one of the things I said about him. He made big pot of amala when we are not home. But when we are home, Dad is relaxing, but he has his own job. He's cutting the flowers in the compound while we are doing something. So everybody is involved. And one more thing, I know sometimes men will say, let me help you to go and let me quickly help you to wipe the bum of the baby. Or let me quickly help you shower for the baby. No. I didn't know that too. It's just very recently somebody said that it is not my baby, it is our baby.
Yes.
So we need to change our mentality. That role. And I think I agree with you. We were both culprits of that cooking Saturday, Sunday. We are tired. We don't sit down. So we need to know better and do better. Yeah.
Yes. There is a lot of comments. Somebody said, I believe we married each other. I can't see. Someone is so shining on my face. I believe we married each other for love or love each other. Something I can't say it properly. My phone got broken, so one side is so shiny that I can't really see. Okay, I believe we married each other because we love each other and want to grow together. I didn't marry because I needed a house girl. Yes.
Very good. Valid.
I
Say
love
it
that.
again. Brother or sister, whoever said that. Kudos to
I
you.
love
That's
that.
it. You didn't marry a slave.
Yeah, by the way, that's from my husband.
Kudos, eh?
Thank you. And because another person says women at home are also contributors. Without them keeping the home front, the men can't go to work. It's collective responsibility. I love that. It's also from a man as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, it's true. Oh, thank you, Mr. Oni, for joining us. Oh, thank you for sharing. Please do share. Share, guys. Let us all learn together. And also some cultures entails and woman to be on our knees until the husband finish eating his meal. Those are the things they do in the olden days. Yes, and another question here. Somebody said, in your field that where you have worked before, that what are the most common abuse that is being reported, or that things that maybe in your field that the most common one maybe is the abuse, physical abuse, or what, that which one is the common one?
Oh, the ones that we often deal with, they are the physical one.
Physical.
Okay, the physical one. Because, yeah, and thank you for that question, because I wanted to comment on that last week. And the emotional one is very sneaky.
Yes.
Okay, it is very sneaky. It is not easy to assess. Okay, but physical one, it is very easy. We can assess. There are evidence. Okay, so the most common one is that of the physical. But I just want to make a comment that emotional and physical go together. Somebody can be abusing you emotionally for 10 years. It may never strike you.
In a very subtle way.
It will continue, but it may get to a point. I've seen cases where it has been emotional for like 16 years. It's like the 16th year that physical getting. Because what happens is, if you are doing something that is not good, or even good, you keep getting better at it.
Yes. Yes.
So if you are being you are emotionally abusive, you continue to graduate. You continue to graduate. And you get worse. And before you know it, you feel so full of yourself to the point where you will forget your values. And it can lead to physical abuse. So they go hand in hand. I have not seen cases where somebody just becomes physically abusive without no history of emotional abuse. Most of the time, there's something going on behind it. Except if somebody reacts out of frustration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And I just like the part you just finished now. And that leads me to, what are the signs? I will still go back to that woman, Ozunachi. What are the signs that as a family we can look out for? Because sometimes all these things, especially in Christendom, or, we know how to hide other things.
Yes.
What are the signs that friends, family, that, we could look out for if we suspect an abuse is going on in a marriage? What are the signs, please?
So, it's very tricky, but I give you some of the obvious things. One of the things I want people to note is that domestic violence, I said it last time and I'm repeating it again, it's not only limited to poor people.
Yes.
It happens within educated, rich, poor, whatever you want to call them. And abusers sometimes are very charming. They are so nice. They sweep you off your feet. You are even praying in your heart that, I just wish I have this type of person as my spouse. but you do not know what is going on behind the scene.
Wow.
Okay, so that's why I'm telling you it's very tricky. There may be high achievers, you know, doing very well in their profession. That doesn't mean abuse is not going on. But one of the things that you can see is maybe you are noticing for physical, you may notice some scratches on the face, on the neck. Some, they tell you they are sick, you know, they are often, you know, injuries. They call off, maybe you are supposed to meet together and you just notice that they call it off and they are not feeling well, and you dig deep, you don't know the reason. So scratches, black eyes, just unexplainable injuries.
Yes.
Those are some of the signs. And also, if a spouse is so fearful of the other person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very fearful.
That's a big one.
I don't know. It's coming.
Yeah, that is coming.
Yeah, it's something is not right. But you may not you may not be able to put a finger on it. But above all, some abusers are very good at abusing. They know where to attack.
Wow.
They may not attack around where it can be seen.
Wow.
Okay? They go for hidden places.
Wow.
Okay? Some, not all. So you may not know. But what is most important is listen to what that person is telling you. And we will deal with that next week when we start talking about the victim.
The victim.
Also, when victims, sometimes they want to talk, but people often shut them down.
Yeah.
Because you should be grateful for the type of home you have. You should be grateful for the type of this that you have. So they cannot talk. So one of the best things that you could do is listen to them. Listening, especially for emotional, that's where you can get it from. So those are some of the things I can say. And don't minimize it when they are talking to you.
Yeah, there's a question I'm trying to okay, why we're okay, sorry, thank you. There is a question there. Is it proper to report an abuse of a particular family to a government if you witness it? And I like that question. That is actually as if this person knew what I have in my mind. So that's actually my next question. Like, can you step in, you know, as a friend, as a family? If you notice, can you go and report to government, to the authority, and said, I suspect something is going on in that family?
Yes, it is very right. It is your duty. Thank you for that question. It is your duty to report, especially when children are involved. Next week, we're going to be talking about the impact of abuse on children. It is your duty to report when you know. They may not do it even when you don't have enough evidence. So I tell you from child protection point of view, even though you don't have enough evidence, but you are hearing stories, you can call. They may not do anything, but we keep record. Okay? So before we go out, those records that we've had about that particular family helps us in our assessments. Okay? And I'm a Christian, so I'm going to use the scripture to back up what I'm saying. The Bible says in Ephesians 5:11 and 12, you can read it at your own time. It talks about exposing the work of evil. We shouldn't have anything to do with it. We need to expose it. Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 18 talks about if somebody is doing evil, you need to warn them.
Yes.
So we need to report. When you are reporting in your head, I want you to think, this is what I want you thinking. I am doing the victim good. I am doing the children good. I am doing the abuser good, so that he or she can change for good. I don't want him or her to kill a spouse or kill our children.
You're saving lives.
Yes, that is the mentality you should have, and then report. And I have a good news for you. When you are reporting, they cannot, under law, we cannot tell anybody the source of our information.
Oh, that's good. I love that.
Okay? I have done assessment. Oh my goodness. And the person that called is sitting in the sitting room.
Wow.
Yeah. And they will say, hey, no. But I know, but under law, I will lose my job. So you are not, so you are protected. Nobody will know you called. Okay? They may guess. Oftentimes they will say, oh, maybe it's the teacher that called. We just, I'm not allowed under law to tell you who called. So it's for them to go and be guessing. And then we quickly guide them that that's not what we are about, what we want to do. We want to focus on what had happened, not where the information came from. Yes. So know it that you are protected. So if there is children involved, you call children's services, child protection office, call them, give them information, and they will take it from there. You don't need that load is off your head. If there is no children involved, call the police. And if it is night time that it happens, you call the police straight away. Call 911. Here in Canada, it's 911. They know what to do.
Here it's 999.
Yes. So you call and you are helping. You are not doing evil. And that is what we call whistleblowing, but I won't go into that now. So, yes.
That is awesome. This is another one. What about spouse that will actually threaten the other one, said, the day you do this, I will kill you. Let me say, the day I find you cheating, or the day I find you whatever, I will kill you. If anybody, or if it's something that is constantly being a threat, what can the victim do? Because I've heard a situation, even as a child care worker, they let us know that if anybody is threatened, they have the high tendency of do whatever they threaten you about.
Yes.
So,
yes, and that's true. So even at schools, when children threaten each other, they don't take it easy. We do something, there's an assessment we do for that child. So what do? If somebody threatens your life, your spouse is threatening your life, where you should be at peace, what can be stressful? Home should be a place of rest. And the man tells you, or the woman tells you that, the day you do this, I'm going to kill you. And the next thing you need to do, you don't need to argue with the person. No. Just go to the police. And this one is police. You go and report. In most cases, when you report, two things you are doing. One, you are exposing that evil and helping him so that he will not do the evil.
Yes.
Okay?
I like that.
I'll give you an example. Look at speed cameras. Oftentimes there are speed cameras, they would put the speed limit there. Why are they putting the speed limit there? So that you be careful, so that you don't get ticket. Okay?
And
so
when
when you report, is to prevent that evil that the devil is sowing in that person's heart. Because how can somebody look at his husband and say, I will kill you the day you do that? You know what I mean? So it's to help that partner to prevent the evil, and also, above all, your life is important to protect your own life. Okay? So most cases, police will come and warn that person. And they will tell you that if anything happens to Lola Day of so place, you will be the number one culprit. We have written it down. So what you are doing is to protect your life and to help that person to not do evil. So report. If it is not something, the threat is not about life. Let's say they are threatening that if you do this, I don't know.
I'll beat you. I will send you out of the house.
No, those are the same. The beat, that has to do with life, because somebody can beat you and you can die.
That's true.
Yes,
that's true.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm talking about something else that is maybe if you do this, I'm going to leave the home. I'm going to divorce you or something like that. Some people do that. You don't keep quiet. Also, you need to talk to a third party. Yes.
Wow.
Or you talk to that your partner and say, maybe the following day, and say, the thing you said the other day, I don't like it. And if they are still saying, yes, I mean it, then you need to involve a third party.
I believe that too, yes.
To help you navigate that. Don't keep quiet. Keeping quiet it makes abuse to grow.
Wow, that's true. I like that. Keeping quiet makes the abuse to grow, and gives the abuser more power.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Let me see their comments here. I just because of our time, I just want us to actually listen to you. If I have to be going by the questions and the way it's coming, it might be very difficult. It is important for people to know where and how, when to report where they live, or something. Okay. 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 There are some here. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to. What's the time? Wow, our time is fast spent. Oh, I still have 2 questions for you, but one is more important to me. Maybe the other one could be next week because of our time. The abusers.
Yeah.
You know, I mentioned earlier that sometimes they don't even know. Can they get help themselves? Or what can they even be doing to tell them that you are treating somebody wrong? You know, because if somebody is used to, I was listening to one of the preachers said, if somebody is used to their mom, you beat them, that even some mother-in-law, even your own mother, we actually say to you, oh, it's because he loves you, he's only correcting you. What is there in a slap? You know, they don't see it as anything wrong. So this abuser felt like my dad used to be my mom, or whatever is going on, or in my house, they talk to each other anyhow, you know, insulting each other, and my family is cool with it. And here is a lady or a guy who married you, and you are doing the same thing. You are hurting them, and you don't know. So let's address the abusers now. How can they know, or how can they even get help themselves?
Okay, thank you. So for abusers, you know, this is not to condemn. I don't believe in condemning people or judging people, but I believe in telling the truth. So if you are being abusive, and from what we have talked about today and last week, you now know, you know better.
That's right.
Yeah, you want to do better. What can you do? First thing is to know that what I am doing is not right. Don't deceive yourself. Some people have so many ways by which they deceive themselves. I'm not going to live in condemnation. Oh, they are just she's too sensitive, or saying all sorts of things to deny the truth. You are going to continue in the evil. But own it that I messed up.
Yes.
Apologize, and then the next thing is reach out for help. There are so many help out there. Reach out for anger management. Go for anger management counseling. There's, you know, there may be some root of some things within you. Maybe poor upbringing. Maybe you have some baggage about how maybe your mom treated your dad, that you think every woman will do to you. So you need to unpack that thing. So you need to go for counseling. There's something that somebody did that I like using it. I'll use that example. This person likes sugar. I would say is addicted to sugar. Okay, I'm using it as an example. And this person will say to his wife, I say, please help me. Help me. Help me. And you know, the way I can relate it, he knows this is his weakness.
Weakness, yes.
So the wife would help him by making sure that she doesn't buy certain things into the house. And when he's getting a lot of sugar, the wife reminds him. And he doesn't become defensive.
Because he wants a change.
Yes, and you say, oh, thank you, my wife. So give your wife or your husband permission to help you. And when they are helping you, remember that it is for your own good. If you have the mentality that they are judging you, you will remain in that thing that you are doing. You will not change. So see it that, oh, they are helping me. Take that help and also give them permission to report you.
I like that.
Because, you know, when we know if somebody is coming to your house, you won't misbehave, you behave well. So give them permission. Both of you name people you can report to. Okay, if you are behaving, you are doing something and I'm correcting you and you are not listening, who can I report you to? Call Sister Abi, call Sister this. And then the other, okay, call Mr. John, call Mr. Peter, you know, and then, you know, that way there is accountability.
That's right.
When there is no accountability, people misbehave. And that is why in the civilized world where we live now, there are many laws. And people are held accountable. You can choose to speed anyhow on the road. Yes, it's okay. But you are caught, you are going to, sometimes you go into jail even for it. So
that's right.
Yes, also in the home, in our marriage, there should be accountability. And that is how we can curb excesses and behaviors that are not godly, behaviors that are destructive. Yeah.
Wow, that is actually awesome. Because
sorry, one more thing.
Please go ahead. Yes.
There is something we do in my work, we call the safety plan. So if you're somebody that gets angry, you and your wife can agree that, you see, when I'm starting to get really mad, I'm going to go for a walk. Okay, we tell them, you go for a walk. And that going for a walk you should not change it to be a punishment for your spouse. Some people will now go for 5 days.
In fact,
I don't come back. No, it is a cool off time. And then when you have people you are going to call when you are away. Okay, so and the person you are going to call is not somebody that will make the situation worse. It will be somebody who can calm you down. Yes. So on the phone, you say, oh, I'm really mad. Name it for your friend or your mom or whatever, whoever is helpful. I'm really, really mad at my friend, my wife now, or my husband now. And then they say, oh, what happened? Sometimes when we have people listen to us, it diffuses it to the situation. And then before you go home, check with your wife. Are you okay now? Can I come back home? Yes, because if she too is still boiling and you come back, you will butt head again. So, yeah.
Wow. So it has to be, and I just hope, I like the angle you just bring it to, and I just hope if anyone is going through that, have that calmness, that boldness to actually do it. Because another thing is to admit it, to accept that, okay, I have an issue. Yeah. But in a situation where you don't even acknowledge that there's something wrong, you can't get it help. That's why I actually asked.
Yeah, or you are blaming the spouse that, oh,
Yes.
it's too sensitive.
Mm.
Oh,
It's not
it's
a
all
big
men,
deal.
all men. No,
Mm.
you are not owning the problem.
Mm.
You need to own what the problem for yourself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Okay, let me quickly read this. In my opinion, everyone needs being enlightenment about abuse. That is why we having this type of program now. Thank you. Uh, to know and learn more. Abuse is everywhere. True. You never can tell. Exactly. Abuse is everywhere. You never can tell, I was saying it in a place yesterday that there's a need for us to do an abuse discussion, because sometimes it's so easy to assume all is well.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you're going through stuff, I always say that everybody have their own circle. A lot of people have talked about abuse, especially for the past 2, 3 weeks, is domestic abuse, and it's dying down now. Before we know it, in the next 1 or 2 weeks, everything will fade off. But the issues are still there. The issues of domestic violence is still there. By the way, I should mention that my sister here she's organizing, or we are organizing the domestic violence, like it's like a support. I think maybe you should just comment on that. I think yes,
Yeah.
I would like you to yeah.
Thank you, sis. So we're going to be starting a support group
Yes.
for people who are victims of domestic violence. The reason is, most time there is that fear, there is
Yes.
that shame, and they don't even know. They are confused about what to do. They don't even know whom to talk to. So,
That's right.
and feel safe. So what we want to do is give you, there'll be a little bit of teaching, and there'll be a bit of answering your questions. And the way we want to do it is going to be fun, in the sense that you don't even need to show your face.
Yes.
It's going to be on Zoom, okay?
Yes.
And you don't need to show your face. You don't even need to use your real name.
Yes.
You can change, go on the icon and change, put any name you want to put, so that you can free to ask questions. Okay?
Yes.
So that's what that group is going to be about. We will give more information about when it's starting later. But what we need to see is that people start showing interest. Sister Abby is going to put the email. We have the email already. So show your interest, put your name there. And next week, I will give you more information about how it's going to be when we talk. But just so you know that we are aware that this problem is going on. And we want people to feel better. We want marriages to thrive. But we don't want anybody to be hurt, or we don't want anybody to die.
Yes.
So we want to give you education. We want to give you support. One of the greatest things you can give a victim is your listening ear. Yes, and no judgment. And that's what the group is about.
Yes, and I honestly, I can't wait for us to start. I'm really looking forward to it. You have the professional here, the expertise. You have it on a platter of gold. You're not going to pay for the service. It's going to be part of our time that she will just, share things to you, help you to, because sometimes you talking alone. I remember some years back, somebody was talking to me, and she said to me that if she knew that talking to somebody, there's a huge relief like this, that she would have been doing it since. So talking is good. Talking is good, and talk to the right people. Talk to the right people, not just be, all over the place. Talk to the right people, people who can lead you right. So thank you so much, sis. Any last word for us before we round off today?
Thank
Anything you
you.
want to add? Yes.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a great honor and privilege to share with everyone. And I just want to say, please, this is not to condemn. This is to make things better.
That's right.
If anything you feel, oh, I am wrong here, don't condemn yourself. Rather, look for help. And if husband and wife is watching this together, that's really good. That's the beginning of something good. Don't make it an accusatory conversation. Rather, itemize, these are the areas things are not going well. How can we make it better? So what can we do to make things better? That is what we want to see happening. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
And there is a question there finally before we go. Is the group going to be for a male and female, for women and men?
Men and women, you are welcome, because we don't even go, we are not going to see your face.
Yes.
So we don't know. The only way
and if you don't mind us seeing your face, because that's why it's going to be WhatsApp. If you want to show your face, we will love to see.
No, it's Zoom, sis.
Okay, sorry, Zoom. What did I say? WhatsApp?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Zoom.
I'm sorry. Zoom. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah.
Zoom. So that's why we want to use Zoom, because it's going to be private.
Yes.
Facebook is for everybody, but that Zoom is private. We will allow you in. That is why it's so important you send an email to us to show your interest. Don't get it wrong. Don't think, oh, if I send my email, would they be thinking something is going on? I tell you, everybody have their own issue they are dealing with. You are not the only one, you know. So don't think, oh, it's somehow it's because, oh, so they will start seeing me as somebody who is going through stuff. Please, this is a private group that you will come, express yourself, and my sister here is there for us, you know, just to make things better for us.
Yes.
So thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much, everyone. All my Canadians from Ivory Coast, thank you so much for joining us. That was awesome. We want to see more of you. How is Ivory Coast? How is it there? We want to see more of you. And thank you from Dubai, from Nigeria. I really appreciate every one of you. You know, this is wonderful. Social media, this is wonderful. Imagine people that we've connected from. If somebody said, do you know anybody in Ivory? I said, no. Imagine. And the person said, it's here from Ivory Coast. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Brother Shola, all the Canadians. Thank you, Sister Shade. Thank you, Sister Yetunde. Thank you, Star Oyin. Thank you, Lady T. Thank you so many people there. I really appreciate you. So we'll see you next week, the same time at 7:30. Hopefully, okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, and people can send questions to Sister Abi ahead of time, so that we can direct our conversation.
Please do send questions, even if it's from your friends, even if it's something you are just wondering about or whatever. Please send questions in my WhatsApp. Message me in Messenger. Send it through Messenger, and if you don't mind, you can send it on anywhere that you know you can reach me. Please do send your questions, please. You know, and you know, you make it more easier from us when we are talking to you and we are getting a feedback from you. You know, it's good. Yes.